mga kapitbahay, good evening, and welcome to another episode of KUSINA Talks. With me co-hosting tonight, we have our admin, Ate D and Ate Joy.
Hello!
Hi, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, happy Father's Day.
All
Yes.
right, happy Father's Day holiday. Let's start with our shout outs, ladies. Ate D.
Sure. Yes. Shout outs to Toronto, yung mga taga downtown, East York, North York, of course, Bathurst and Wilson, and Scarborough represent. Thank you for joining us, mga kapitbahays.
Ate Joy.
Hello po sa mga kapitbahays natin sa Durham, Ajax, Whitby, Pickering, Bowmanville, Belleville. Alin pa ba ang Durham, guys?
Oshawa.
Oshawa.
Curtis. Yes. Further east. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone in the east. And welcome to our York region, Kapitbahays, Markham, Stouffville, Vaughan, Richmond Hill. And also I wanted to do a shout outs to all our admins that are watching and also our moderators. And a special shout out to our great friend, Vivian De La Cruz. Thank you for allowing us to be part of Starstruck last night. That was an amazing interview with Joey Albert. That was fun.
Yes,
And
alright.
without further ado, our special guest for this evening, we are so honored that she's here joining us, the first Filipino street food vendor in Toronto. Ladies and gentlemen, no one other than Kanto's Tita Flips.
Yay!
Hi, good evening, Toronto. I guess, everywhere. People madla. Hi, my name is Diona Joyce, aka Tita Flips from Kanto po. Good evening.
Hello, Tita Flips.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I know everybody calls me Tita Flips, but my name is Diona Joyce. And then I am the owner and creator of Kanto, which is the first Filipino street food in Toronto. We started in 2013, which is like no street food. The only street food there is in Toronto is like the hot dog carts, and that's the closest one you could get, right? And then I saw the opportunity at the Market 707, which is the first refurbished shipping container market in Toronto, right? So, and I guess, sabi ko, oh my goodness, what is that? Parang maliliit na mga, like the small little stores, right? When I was passing by in Bathurst and Dundas. And then I inquired and it says like, oh, it's like a food stalls and there's like different cuisines and everything else. I said, oh my goodness. Like, and then it reminds me of Philippines, right?
Mhm.
Because it's just like every corner in the Philippines, you see like sari-sari store, like little, like a barbecue stand here and there, banana queue everywhere, right? And then I said, I wish there is something like that in Toronto, right?
Mhm.
So at that time, I wasn't really in the food business. So it was like, I was like doing a little bit of catering on the side, like a side hustle. So like everyone, like who started, like, it's my passion, cooking. I love cooking. I love food. And what I saw at that time, because there was no like, like really like Filipino food is not in the mainstream, right? So, and so I said, okay, what if I have a store, like, like a little store like this and just like do Filipino, like street food, right? And then I inquired and they said, oh yeah, you can send in an application. There's like 43 people though in front of you, right?
Wow.
So because there is like a waiting list, that's what they said, right?
Mhm.
But then here's the form. You just fill up, whatever you have there as your concept, right? And send it in. So what I did is I just like, like make believe, like pretend, right? So it was like, just for me, it was just 43. That will be like forever, for me if they call me back, right? So
Yeah.
what I did is just like fill up the form, like do like what is my menu, what are you selling, what the brand is. So for me, it was just like all in my mind. It was just like, like just like wala lang, like it's just like playing, right?
Mhm.
And then maybe 2 weeks later, they called me and said, I said, oh, we have a vacancy. It's like, what happened to the 43 people ahead of me? It's like, yeah, but then we haven't seen any Filipino or this kind of concept before. I said, oh my God, shoot, I'm in trouble. Like, like this is,
It's happening.
it's happening. Because it's like, oh, what did I do? Like, because I was just like, oh, I would like to do like tapsilog, tosilog, that kind of like, late night thing when you're,
Yes.
like in the Philippines, right? Or goto, bachoy, that kind of thing, right? So that was like the concept because it was like a little, like, like it's only like a 10 by 10. It's like 100 square foot. It's like a box, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a food truck, but it doesn't move. So it's like a shipping container. So like,
Yeah.
so that's how I think about Kanto, it's Kanto, right?
Yes.
So it's like a street food, so that, and what happened, they loved the idea. So they wanted to bring in and like it's downtown Toronto and everybody's
Yeah.
saying like, oh, you're not gonna make it there, like why would you do it, it's just like a waste of time or just a waste. Like I said, I don't know, like, but it's we're the first one, like there's nothing like this, like Toronto haven't seen anything like this, right?
Mhm,
And that was like what, December. So we opened in February, which is in the middle of like in the heart of winter, right? Oh my goodness. The first day we opened, it was just like what we did, like $7 of sales.
Wow.
$7 because like it was like snowing so bad, but
Yeah.
then I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know, like I never had a store before, I never had a restaurant, I never had, like I wasn't in the food business, like like really in the food business. Like this for me it was just like, oh, this is like a game, but then like it's kind of scary, but I'm saying like I just have to do it, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just did it. And then, the next day we had $40. And then the next day we had like $21 and then so on. And then winter. So we were able to tweak a little bit of the menu. And then by summer comes, so it was like, like everybody was like, oh, so that's how I got started, like people start noticing me in Blog TO and, like the Toronto Life and at that time, like, so it was like, like we had like so much like, like we had a lineup. It's like, oh my God. Like, and then people are complaining, like, why is it 45 minutes? And the thing is, like, the funny thing is that when there's a Filipino who would come in and said, anong ulam nyo? What's your, like, ulam nyo? I was like, wala pa kaming ulam. Bakit? Oh, because we have to cook it. We're the only ones we're the first ones to cook it on site, like fresh, made to order, right? So, because most of at that time, it was like more of like a cafeteria style kind of thing, like the restaurants, like turo-turo, right? Which is like a very Filipino way, right? But then I wanted to have something like different. So we have like a very limited menu, but then everything was made fresh on site and we cook it fresh. So there's a bit of a wait. And then yeah, so it's kind of like, like other culture would love it because it's fresh, it's hot, right? But then some Filipinos, especially the older ones, they would say like, oh, ang tagal naman, or tipo, like, we have to wait, like, oh, it's like, okay. So,
Yeah.
anyways, that was a battle. So, but again, like, and then what? This is our like 9th season there in
Wow.
Season 9. So feeling artista, no? Season 9.
Yes.
You can really feel the positivity in your voice and how you delivered your kwento. Kaya namamanifest lahat ng mga desires mo kasi talagang napaka-positive mo and you can feel it. Nararamdaman ko talaga yung passion mo.
Oh my
Ate
goodness.
D, may question ka ata.
Oh, tumalon na. Yes. Actually, it's Ate Joy's turn. I think it's...
Ayaw nga pala, sorry
yes. Masyado tayong excited. Actually, para tayong na starstruck dito.
Ay,
Tito
no!
Franz. Parang, I can't believe it.
Ang ganda kasi ng kwento niya, talagang,
Yeah.
Oo. So,
naka-uniform pa kami, oh.
Naka-t-shirt lang din ako.
ay, Kanto.
Oh, diba? Ang ganda. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
I love your shirts,
Thank you. Sorry, Ate Joy nga pala. Ate Joy, sorry.
Thank
Actually,
you.
parang nakwento na rin ni Tita Flips. Biglang kasagot niya na yung itatanong ko. Pero I'll ask anyway.
Yun na.
First of all, congratulations ulit, Tita Flips. Wow,
Thank
like ang
you.
tagal niyo na doon, right? Since 2013?
Yes. So that's why I have the credits nga, the first Filipino street food. Oh, di ba?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So yeah, 2013, right? Yeah, season 9. I think season 9, right? Because
Parang
like we
Netflix.
call it this, I know from Netflix, right? So we call it the Netflix. Everybody in there, like it's like season, because it's the summer, it's like the height of the season. But we were open like all year round. We never close,
Wow.
even if it's winter, right? But then it's, of course, it's not as busy. It's more of like delivery, Uber, and like those delivery partners, right? But then the really the fun part is like like it's the summer, which is like you can eat outside. We have the first Kanto night food fest in there. That was in 2 years ago. So this year will be the third one. So yeah, again,
Right.
like everybody was saying like, oh, you're crazy. I said, yes, I am crazy, but I take that, so
Yeah.
we almost closed the whole Bathurst and Dundas,
Amazing.
yeah,
Ano,
because
Amazing.
what month of the year usually yung Canton nights ulit? I always see it advertised. Yeah,
it's
but
usually at the like we did it like normally on the end of July, August to
Mhm.
September, right?
Okay.
So the first one, and then last year we did it on our, because we have our second location, which is our main kitchen. We moved because we have a smaller kitchen there, right? So we kind of like moved to the junction, but then we still have the older, like the mothership, we call it the mothership, and then we're at the junction. But then since COVID times last year, we still have the Kanto Night Food Fest, which everybody was saying I'm crazy and you don't understand. Like I have like so many hate mails and messages. Yes, yeah, you're crazy. How could you do this? Like maybe you should go and see for yourself. Like we're very like in terms of like protocols, like like everything is like we have that 6 feet apart, everything, right? And it's not like a food festival where like there's drinking and everything. What we did is we have it on a smaller scale. We did it on regional basis because I didn't want to like, okay, COVID or not, we're gonna do it. I said, to hell with COVID. We're gonna do the Kanto Night Food Fest, whatever it is, whether it's delivery or pickup or curbside. We're gonna do it, right? So what we did is we focused on instead of 3 nights, we did it like 10 weeks, but regional cuisines. So let's say for let's say week 1, like one Friday, it's every Friday night. We did like only Central Luzon or like anything like all Mindanao.
Nice.
So we brought out like different cuisines like are not like mainstream, but like something like very specific to that particular region, right? And it's like 5 to 7 dishes, but really like like we did like we brought in like lato from like because of the Mindanao ihaw kind of thing, like ceviche, like the kinilaw, right?
Wow.
Those things that are like like really specific for the region, and we highlight those things, and not just like the adobo, not just like the caldereta, which is like the mainstream Filipino, but we did it like even like those like the bringhe from Pampanga, like whoever, like, really specific from the region. So we kind of like celebrated more on what the Filipino cuisine is all about on regional, on the deeper, like local,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Galing.
So yeah, COVID or not, we did it. So hopefully this year again. So
yeah, we look forward to that. So we're definitely gonna check it out.
I know. I was gonna say road trip.
Right? Yeah, mini road trip from Scarborough.
I know. I'm gonna talk to you more about guys because I know that we have like you have a lot of vendors here like are from like doing the empanada. I did it. Oh my god, I have to do research and everything. Like like I can't do like, but then every week we have to do like very specific dishes, right? But I know a lot of the vendors in the Pacific platform are like from different regions of the Philippines, and I was thinking like maybe like they could come as like a guest or something, like and be a platform. So that would be a different project we could talk about, So yes,
absolutely.
Sulat na yan, Tom. Sulat na yan.
Ito na nga, sinusulat na already na. Ready na.
You know what? Yeah, that's what I was really thinking. It's like, oh my god, because like you have a like I think you had a show before, like you did the empanada, Ilocos empanada. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
to do that. Oh my goodness. It turned out great, right? But it's for me, like, like if we bring out highlight somebody from that region, like and then,
Yeah.
help them promote at the same time and I would be so happy to do that,
That's
so
wonderful. That's so
Yeah.
kind of you. Lips. Ang galing. Boom! Galing.
yeah.
Thank you.
So
Ate Joy?
Ikaw na eh, Ate D. Ate D.
Ako na. Starstruck. So, actually, medyo na-touch na ni Tita Flips yung itatanong ko rin, pero baka meron siyang ibang insight.
Correct.
In addition dun sa, of course, merong maraming critics as, kahit saan.
mhm.
And obviously, I mean, it shows that you have this very positive spirit, but at the same time, you're a risk taker, diba? So, which is very inspiring. To be the first to do, this, to be the first to try this one, with all your heart. So, that's very, very inspiring talaga. Pero meron pa bang ibang mga challenges or hurdles na maybe small things or something bigger na encounter mo from pag-operate ng Kanto?
Oh my god, hurdles, everything. I think kasabay ko yan. Challenges is like a twin, like it's always in my back, I think it's like every day is a challenge. COVID alone is a challenge,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Again, it depends on how you look at it because last, like before COVID started, we're so blessed that like Kanto is like a storefront, right? And we have the catering side, which is the, like our, like, like the catering. And our business is 80% catering and Kanto is only 20%. Can you imagine, right? So basically my catering is the one who's like paying the bills. So
Mhm.
before COVID. So because we do a lot of like corporate, lunches, and the thing too, like because I'm in downtown and I do like, in offices, like who does kamayan in their office, like whatever. Like so like but then I sell it in like it's an experience. You guys have to
Yes.
try it,
Yeah.
like and like once they tried it. So that's how like my other catering side is like why you do other dishes because the thing is they can't hire me, they can't eat Filipino food every week, so so we have to do
Mhm.
like a little bit of fusion. So that's why Mercado comes in. So right, so but anyways, why I'm saying this is that before COVID, so most of our catering, like it's 80%, and then we moved to a bigger location to the second location, which is the junction. It's like triple quadruple the amount of expenses that we have.
Mhm.
Wow.
And we're supposed to open in March of 2020, right? So but the thing is that's the first lockdown.
COVID,
So
yes.
COVID. So we haven't even opened. So right now, technically, our junction location is not even open. I mean, like
Okay.
have it open to the public, like
Yeah.
Okay.
fully. So, but then we've been there for a year now, and then it's like, oh my god, we're so used to like having delivery and everything, right? But what I'm saying is that so everything canceled, right? So going back to the challenges that Diana was like asking me. So that day, that week on the first lockdown, everything was just like canceled. Like, can you imagine? Like, oh my God, I just signed in a lease to another restaurant, and then paano na lang to, and like all the because we feed like corporate clients, like corporate lunches and
Mhm.
dinners and events. So and then everybody was working from home, right? In on what we're doing, and most of our market were on the tech industry,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
like so they are the ones who are like working from home,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like the Google and like all those the Wealth Simples, right? So they're the ones that are the first one to like move out from their offices. So
Right.
there's nobody to feed in their offices anymore.
Wow.
So like that week everything just like canceled, or like, because there's nobody to feed, right?
Mhm.
So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, oh my God, like, and then it's like, oh my goodness, like, ano na gagawin ko? So the
Yeah.
challenge, like, but then am I thinking like, everybody got to eat, everybody still have to eat no matter what, right? So that's why we just have to focus. And then, so that's how we come out with the Kamayan kits again,
Mm-hmm.
with the Kamayan kits, where the, again, I think I'm the first one, because I guess Blog TO kind of like saw that, at that time, because we launched it. Even like, we took a picture and I said, gawa ako ng kit. Kasi may magkamayan nag-cancel. So kumuha ako ng tray. I took a tray and I put in banana leaves and put everything in there. And then I took a picture. I said, what is that? I don't know. I guess we call it the Kamayan kit,
Yeah.
So it's because everybody stays at home. So we
Mhm.
bring this Kamayan kit to you, right?
Yes.
So I think that's how it kind of like pivoted, or
Mhm.
like changed the whole like ball game.
Yeah.
So it's the Kanto brand now carrying the Kamayan kit, right?
Amazing.
So because for some reason, and we're so, I guess it's opportunity and the right timing, I guess, like Blog TO saw it, and like they kind of like push, and so it kind of like viral shot and everything, right?
Mhm.
So kind of like pushed us. So I'm very thankful. So I guess, like, so yeah, Kamayan kit is the one who like kind of like,
Wow.
tumaguyod sa amin.
Oh, wow.
Right? So yeah,
Nice.
it's
Great.
so yeah, those are the challenges. But I'm saying, like, going back to your question, like everything is, again, it depends on what or where you focus your energy, right? If you think, like, if you feel like, yeah, it's normal to be sad, it's normal to be feeling like, oh my God, umiyak na ako, I mean, I cried, I'm depressed, but then I just have to
Umiyak ka
move
talaga,
on,
Umiyak ka talaga, Tita Flips. Umiyak
Oh,
ka ba
yeah.
talaga?
Oh. But then again,
Oo.
like, you're just human. Everybody, you
Yeah.
get depressed, but then you can't just like stop there. You just have to move
Yeah.
on, wake up, and then do something different, right? Or
Yeah.
else, you
I think you had to go through it and feel
yes,
it, and
yes,
then lalabas yung opportunity. I mean, parang dun ka makakapag-isip ng ano, right?
yes,
Kapag merong mga intense na mga nangyayari, parang biglang may sisipa na kailangan mo maging creative, right? And
exactly.
then when you did that, and I think social media too, yung presence ng Tita Flips or Kanto, is everywhere too. So that's, I think, malaking role din siya sa I think pag-push and pag-continue to establish ng ano.
Yeah, I guess we just have to be in people's faces, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, like I just have, okay, we just have to focus on like who's, like we're gonna buy this or something, right? Like rather focus on the people who are not there. Like I can't do anything, like they are working from home. We can't feed them. There's no contract, there's no catering. But then let's just like, like do something where, people still gonna eat, and people still gonna have birthdays. They're still gonna have like anniversaries. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like we focus on those things, and it's
Mhm.
something like, so that's why, when we first launched that, and it's like, oh my goodness, we thought like, like wala kang makakainan, or kasi we can't go to restaurants, right? So,
Mhm.
but then you bring this kind of like, like food and everything, right? And then you still like, oh, we get to celebrate, we gotta like still like, as if like it's normal, but it's not. So we
Yeah.
bring in that kind of feeling, and I think
That's
what
amazing.
like food is all about, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
That's true.
Thank
Kasi
you.
yung mga kamayan or budol fights,
yes.
Mhm.
you usually go, well, either nasa backyard ninyo or yung mga
Mhm.
malaking gathering or magpapa-pre-book ka sa mga restaurants, right? But then, sa kanila, mobile yung dating ng budol
Right?
fight, ng kamayan kit, right?
Yes.
So, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And the
COVID,
first ever ube pancake I've ever tried. Ever.
Oh,
Then,
thank
Diba?
you.
yes.
As soon as Tita Flips came to Peste, it's like, oh my God, we have to order. We have to order.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you.
Exactly.
Especially merong delivery. Oh my God,
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
Yes,
bonus.
yes.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, challenges again, delivery. Oh my goodness. Minsan nakikita
yes.
niyo ako magde-deliver. Yeah. So those things, you just like have to do it, like again, if you really love what you're doing, you just have to do it, right? I mean, that's, like especially like we're like, like if you're starting out and stuff like that, you just have to do whatever it takes for you
Mhm.
to succeed, right? So, just do it, right?
Mhm.
So
Totally.
And Tita Flips, how has your experience been like sa Pinoy Eats?
oh, everybody's like, I love Pinoy Eats, So as I've said, maybe ayoko na sabihin yung sinabi ko kanina, but then
Oo.
yes, you guys are amazing, and like the people, like like I think it's a very good platform, right? For people like starting out, right? I started from a home business, right? From side hustle. And like this is a good platform to promote something that you like doing, right? And it's like doing a pop-up. So rather than investing on like huge restaurant or having like a taking a lease on or something, it's a way to try out your product or to test it to the market. That's what I'm saying. Like, like even like at the 707, right? It's like if you can't succeed in there, then you don't expect to succeed from a bigger place, right? Like,
Right.
like if you can't find anybody or nobody's buying in this platform, right, from you,
Mhm.
then, maybe you have to think of tweaking your menu or product or something, right? But it's a good way to, like, to test out the market, right? And I think it's a good level, like fair playing field for everybody, right?
Mhm.
And especially like it's a good, like you have a lot of like like member, like the members alone, right? Like they can see, like how like once you go to like paid ads and everything like that, oh my goodness, that's a whole different story. But this one, you don't have to pay anything, you just have to post. You guys are amazing, so so
Oh,
but I'm
that's
saying,
wonderful.
yeah, but like it's something like people should take advantage of,
Mhm.
like be grateful that it's here. And you guys, like it's a lot of work. That's why I said to you guys in the beginning, it's a lot of work doing everything like this show, curating everything, managing the page. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of work. And people should understand, like like it's there, and like they can take advantage of it, like promote their products, and then like start from there, right? So but yeah, you're giving them an opportunity, so I thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. So
Ate Joy.
Yes. So, Tita Flips, going back to yung tanong ni Ate about challenges, and it's with everyone sa COVID na affected din, right?
yes.
But being where you are now, anong mga tips and advice mo that you can share sa mga ibang small business owners or yung mga starters pa lang?
First and foremost, I guess, like you have to talk to yourself whether this is you, like you wake up in the morning, whether masakit ang katawan mo. Me, like I'm standing like at least sometimes like 16 hours in a day, not even sitting, like stand up, right? But then the next day I still have to feel great and still have to be positive. And then if you can wake up the next day feeling the same energy and the same like kind of like mental like yeah, positivity in there, then you're good, right? But then if you're something like, oh, I don't want to do that or something, like maybe you think of like, food business is very hard, right? It's a lot of passion, it's a lot of care, it's a lot of like even if I have people working, like I have people working for me, but still you have to like you have to manage, you have, that's a different like management, right? But the thing is, like from you, it translates on your food, right? So it's, if you have the passion, then do it, right? And then I guess so it's like more of like whether you can psych yourself to be like this like strong, because no matter what happens in everything in any field, I guess like if you really very passionate about it, and if you really just like want to do it, you will succeed. Like it's not a question whether, maybe it's a question of like how long will it take you, but eventually you will get there, right? But again, it's something like your mental fortitude, whether like, is it something like, are you gonna do it? How long, how far will you go, right?
Yes.
How far, like how far, you're like, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna bend, but I'm not gonna break, right? So what doesn't kill me will make me stronger. That's I always say,
Yun.
like, fuck you, like
Napakanta pa ata ako eh. Right?
right. So but basically, like in starting a business, right, especially if like, again, like we're starting to be to have a better life, to have like, like for a family, for everybody else, right, for yourself, whatever the reason is, right? But it's something like, whether are you gonna be willing to like maging dishwasher. I wash dishes. I do delivery. Today, I have one of my drivers had an accident, so I have to go run to the gardener, take the food from him, and then he said to me, first thing, what happened to your shoes, Tita Flips? Because I was wearing white black the sneakers, one black and one white, and I was in a hurry. I said, oh my God. I was just like, because I wasn't thinking. I was just like, I was cooking in the kitchen. I was wearing my Crocs and kitchen shoes, right? And then I just like changed it to sneakers. And I thought I have the same shoes that I was wearing, one black and one white. It's like, oh my God. So just
Sa
today.
pagmamadali, yes.
Yes, because like he's in an accident, and then we had like maybe like 3 deliveries going to downtown, and then it was like late and everything, right? So I have to like, before you take the car, because you have to tow the car, right? It was totaled, right? It's like a
Wow.
multiple collision, right? So I was like, what happened to the food?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, like, oh, that you just have to do like, whatever it takes, right? So I just go
Correct.
like run and, without
Yeah.
even thinking, kahit,
Kailangan
mismatch.
mabilis. Yeah, kailangan, hindi mo pa nga napansin yan kasi
Ay, hindi mo
nag-go
napansin.
mo. Diba? So, mabilis mag-react, right?
Yes.
So, parang ang lakas ng mental health ni Tita Flips.
I know.
What do you do? Paano mo na, because I can just imagine, okay, so eto na naman ako parang, hindi man naman naisapol sa questions, right?
Go ahead, go.
So, kasi not only you're running actual, yung may physical address na restaurants or storefronts. So, in addition din sa pag-manage nung sa food, although you have, people assisting you or working for you or helping, you also have to manage your relationship with the people, your colleagues, right? To
Yes.
your assistants. So, ang dami. Pero ikaw yung nag-overlook ng na yan. That's the business side. And then, of course, you have your family, like your personal.
Yes.
How do you relax? Do you relax? Do you chill?
My relax is like, oh my God, like I have a 3 well, she just turned 4 this month, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, so both wonderful girls, and I said, Mommy, we don't see you. And then, like last Mother's Day, it's like they saw me like Monday. It's like, when is Mother's Day? Was yesterday, Mommy. I said, oh yeah, we can celebrate today. Like, I know that's a thing though. Like, it's hard. It's very tough, right? Like I guess, and I'm just like so thankful. I have a very supportive, loving husband, or else I wouldn't be able to do it, like who's going to take care of my kids. Right. But yeah, so, in that aspect, family wise, he's very supportive, he's very, pushing me for that. Right. So I'm very thankful for that, right? So, but it's very, very hard to manage. I mean, that's the thing though, like, like you see me before, like, like it's like, oh my God, Tita Flips, you're buntis. Yes, I know. And I'm carrying these things, like, so like, yeah, you'll see my baby, like 9 months, ever go, we go like, in the kitchen. They were all born in the kitchen, like not born, but they grew up in the kitchen, right? So that kind
Wow.
of thing, right? So yeah, it's the thing that whether like I don't know, like they said balance. I know, like balance in my head, maybe I have a different definition of balance.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
It depends to compare to what, right? Who
Yeah.
you're talking to, right? Because for most people, I guess, it's out of balance,
Mhm.
because at least I'm in the kitchen for like what, 12 hours, 8, 12, 16 hours if it's the weekend, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's a lot of work and that's a lot of commitment,
Yes.
for what I, like for the amount of work that I do. So that's the price I guess I have to pay for that, so but again, that's what I'm saying. Like the first question is, like whether it's what you want and,
Yeah.
whether are you going to be willing to pay for the price for that, right?
That's
So,
true. That's
right. So
true.
that's, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I try
I
to,
I
being
think
a mommy,
true. I think it's it makes a big difference kapag meron kayong support na may nakukuhang support from your partner, your spouse,
Yes.
or your family members, right?
Yes.
It does make a big difference na merong support.
Oh
That
yeah.
is so true. So
It's true.
yes, tones.
Yeah. Ako na ba?
I know.
Sorry.
Dal-dal.
No. Um, anong vision mo, Tita Flips?
Well, for when I first started Kanto, again, my dream was to promote Filipino food in the mainstream, right? To bring out, like I guess I don't know if you remember the old article before, like Filipino food is the ugly sister of Thai food or something, like that kind of
Mm-hmm.
connotation. So yeah, ugly Thai's ugly sister. So it
Mm-hmm.
kind of like I was like not hurt, I guess, but pissed, like
Yes,
one
yes.
day, one day you'll
Yes.
see, so that's the year that we started Kanto. So that was like a year that they have that, like that article written, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was from, I can't remember who wrote that, but I think it was Black Tea or whatever, like, Filipino food,
Mm.
Thai's ugly sister. Like, what the heck?
Wow.
Ugly sister could, like, what,
Mm-hmm.
like, so I was like, whatever, so let's see, so I guess it kind of like resonated on me, like our food is not ugly, like
Yeah.
I mean, like, like I guess, what I do is, promote Filipino food, right? So
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying, like that's why this platform is awesome, because there's more people. The more people promoting Filipino food, the more people are going to talk about it. The other people is going to
True.
see it, right? The more opportunity for other non-Filipino to be able to taste the food, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing, it's a synergy, right? Of like there's so many people, like, so I want to have that level where it's next to like 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 Thai food is the mainstream and Chinese food is mainstream, right? Or
Mhm.
Japanese, right? But then Filipino food is not there yet,
Mhm.
but one day it will be. So that's my goal,
We're
right?
the
True.
underdogs. We're the
Yes,
underdogs.
yes. But then you know what? No, we have a
Yeah.
very good cuisine. We have great food. We have great flavors, right?
Mhm.
We have like awesome, amazing, amazing dishes all over. Even
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of like hurt, like not, I would say like maybe pissed or hurt or whatever. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
before it used to be but it used to bother me before, but now like whatever, like, oh, this is not what my mom used to do. Like, I understand, like Philippines is 7,100 islands. Of course, it's like probably 7,100 different ways to cook adobo, right?
Yes.
So if this is not your version, right?
Yeah.
So be it,
Yeah.
but we're trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
those
true.
haters, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, hindi to ganito. Like, bakit ganito palabok nyo? Like, whatever, right?
In the authentic.
And the authentic, like I know, right? Like, and then I always say, which region did you come from, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
palabok alone has like, there's the palabok like Jollibee style with the saucy whatever. Like I almost like, they always hate me about that. Like hate is a strong word, but whatever. I always get written up for that. Like why your palabok is dry and big noodles. Well, maybe you haven't been to that region in Malabon, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, so, but I'm saying, like, like this is a version, we celebrate it, right? I mean,
Correct.
right? Like this is what from this place, like other, like,
Exactly.
yeah, like other have chicken only, other have like
Yeah.
pork, even
Yeah.
have like ears or snouts or whatever.
Yeah.
There's different version, but it depends, right? People would have choices, but this
Mm-hmm.
is what Filipino cuisine is all about.
Yeah.
It's like, again, even our flavors are so different. We have like, influences from Malay, from Spanish, from Chinese, and everything else. It's a
Yeah.
mixture, right? So you can't just like have like one kind of, dish,
Yeah.
right? So
That's true.
that's what I'm saying. I guess Filipinos should understand that, like before they make a
Yeah.
comment, so
Yeah. That's true. And
right?
actually, this reminds me of parang merong documentary na but I think it was based in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it is mga millennials, but there's these young Filipinos who were they were they featured yung mga Filipino restaurants and how they open, and then they quickly they close kasi hindi napupuntahan. Well, I mean, there's of course gusto mo yung mga Filipinos makapunta, but then at the same time, kasi hindi talaga naka-mainstream yung, hindi part ng landscape, ng culinary landscape dun sa New York City, yung Filipino
Mhm.
food, at the time anyway.
Yeah.
So, they talked about yung may mga Filipinos, especially, I think yung mga nanggaling sa provinces, or yung talagang may nostalgic attachment dun sa recipe na yon. It's gotta
Yes.
be that same taste as how my lola makes it or how
Yes.
my mom or dad
Yeah.
makes it back
Yes.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kapag may natry sila dito, it's like, what the hell? This is fake. Sorry, I shouldn't say what the hell. This is
I
fake.
know,
Or
right?
ito yung, like you don't know how to make it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I find? Like, okay, this is a one thing too, right? So I'm just telling this for other people in the platform. Whether you cannot please everybody, right?
Mhm.
So there's always going to be haters, But the thing is, what I find very interesting, even if you go to Yelp right now, right? You compare Filipino food and Japanese, right? Japanese food, you usually have like a higher rating, right?
Mhm.
And Japanese would give you 5 star. And if they don't like the food, they wouldn't say anything bad about it.
Mhm.
Freaking Filipino food. Go to Yelp right now. Every single 1 star is coming from a Filipino.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Yeah,
I'm not even
that's,
joking.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
can check, verify, tell me if I'm wrong. I would
Mhm.
tell you exactly. I could, tell you like which one, right? The one who's gonna give you 1 star are Filipinos.
Yeah.
And then because like that's what I'm saying. Like me, like if I don't like a restaurant or like a certain food or a certain vendor, I'm just not gonna buy again, right? That's it.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything because that's their business, that's their livelihood. But the thing is, most Filipinos would actually go out of their way to make a whole novel,
Essay.
writing all this Google review, right? Or how bad was the experience,
Yeah.
and they're Filipino. For Japanese, you don't see that,
Right.
that's why in Yelp they have a higher rating. Trust
Wow.
me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's, and then, and like Filipinos, they would
Mhm.
always give you like, they have nothing good to say. And then if they rate you, the only time they will rate you is when they have bad, like a bad review.
Right, right. I think it's, yeah, but I think it's not just Filipinos though. But I think generally yung mga consumers, kapag hindi maganda yung experience, mas inclined sila na to spread the word. So para to get back, or I don't know, prevent nila
Sama
yung
ng loob.
frustration nila. And some just go way overboard. Like it's totally unnecessary. They still give
Mhm.
this really bad reviews. They
Yeah.
don't think of yung mga consequences and how yung social media and these reviews. Yung mga businesses, they rely on these reviews
It's
a
true,
lot.
darling. It's true.
Mhm.
Let's say I go Tita Flips. Okay, I've never heard of Tita Flips. Okay, let me, like, 1 star. Oh, okay, move on. Like I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
Sometimes, right? So,
Yes,
but
yes.
that is so true. And I hope it's one thing that nag-evolve yung traits natin, and especially as Filipinos, specifically, hopefully na-influence din nung yung ways on how we deal with things,
Yes.
right? Dito.
That's why I love
So,
about your group, right? Because no negative comments.
Wala.
we deal
Right?
with it privately.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
all
it's private
positive.
talaga. From the
Right?
get-go, Tita Flips, from the get-go, as a group, we've already discussed, we will not tolerate it. We will not allow it.
Yeah,
We will deal with it backdoor.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
It's this is not K-drama. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly,
we're
right?
not gonna let it, and then, ang ganda naman kasi, di ba, nakakatuwa basahin yung mga comments na
Yeah.
nagsasagutan but no, that's not what this group is all about, right? So, thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's very much appreciated. Like at
Yeah.
least there's like a group there, like like who focus on like more on the positive side. There's always good things to say, right? Like why you focus on something bad, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, because we definitely want to encourage all the buyers and sellers, all positivity, right? Anyway, mga kapitbahays, if you have not tried the Kamayan kit from Tita Flips, you have to try, lalo na Father's Day or any other birthdays or holidays. Definitely try it. It's worth it. I purchased for my daughter, give it as gifts. It's awesome. And there's delivery. What
Yes.
more can you ask for, right?
yes.
And Tita Flips, how can they find you? Would you like to promote your brand?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. So we are at Bathurst and Dundas in downtown. So 707 Dundas. That's the first location, which is where Kanto started, right? And then we also have another one where we have the patio now and the
Nice.
picnic tables, right? So there's a dine-in there. It's a bigger one at the junction, which is the 2986 Dundas. So Dundas and Kiel. So still in Dundas location, in
Yes,
Dundas
yes.
Street, both in Dundas, but yeah, somewhere in the west end, the other one.
Thank you. Well, ladies, can you believe? Ang bilis, no? Nakaka-enjoy
Bilis.
kasi.
Nakaka-enjoy.
Talaga.
Pwede bang pahabol?
O sige,
Yes.
humabol!
Yung
Habol!
yung ano ba tawag doon? Yung
Yung challenge!
Yes.
Oo nga pala. O sige, kayo. I-challenge you si Tita
Sige.
Flips.
Ate Joy, you wanna...
Yes, Ate Joy.
Tita Flips, I'm not sure if you've seen our other episodes, pero we do ask our guests to repeat, Pinoy eats sa East is the best 10 times.
Oh my God. Pinoy eats the East is the best. Pinoy eats Pinoy eats the East is the best. 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 Pinoy eats the East. Pinoy eats the East is the best. Pinoy eats the East is the best. Pinoy eats the East is the best. Pinoy eats the East is the best.
Yay! Thank you, Tita Flips.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. My
Oh,
pleasure.
ladies, it's that time. Raise your glasses, please.
Yeah.
It certainly was an honor to have you with us, Tita Flips. Here's wishing you good health, great wealth, and more happy customers.
Yes, thank you
Cheers.
so much. Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you.
Woohoo! Thank you again, Tita
Thank
Flips,
you.
for joining us for
We'll
this
talk
evening.
soon. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. For Kanto Night. Food Fest.
Yeah.
One of your mga vendors.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's amazing. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Woo!
Galing.
Grabe yung energy niya, no?
I know.
I like that. It was very positive talaga. And yung passion talagang from the heart. From the
Yes.
heart.
I think she really loves what she
Right.
does, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Knows. I mean, she's been doing it for how many years now, pero ganun pa rin yung passion niya. Whereas, I think, kung hindi mo talaga passion yan, parang pagod ka na. And I mean, she's tired. I'm sure she's tired and
Yeah.
tiring. Pero I think if it's not for you, it's not your thing, parang magiging negative ka and
Mhm.
depressed. Or like parang You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Na kapag alam mo yung ginagawa mo, tapos parang na-stuck ka na doon.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem like, she doesn't
Yeah.
seem
No,
like,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi palaging may challenges, right? Gaya ng sabi niya, kasama niya talaga yung challenges palagi.
and I
Pero,
guess, sorry.
yeah, what's so, kasi yung admiring din is how she takes yung mga binabato ng situation.
Yes.
So she reacts to it. She finds opportunity from things, from situations, right? Na parang, yeah, of course, I mean, she gives her time to cry or react or mainis, right? Maybe you know, but she quickly turns it around, right? And gets creative and then puno ng pagmamahal. So that's very, I think, respect talaga kay Tita Flips.
Yeah.
Kanto, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, chika na.
Chika na.
Ano yung housekeeping?
Housekeeping. Yes. So, sabi
Hindi
natin
natin
10th year anniversary.
Oo nga eh. Oo nga, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And happy Father's Day sa mga fathers natin.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
Bye.
RJ, kila Ron,
Thank you.
and
Mike,
kila
kay Dave.
Yes, Mike, Dave, DJ Rich, right?
Yes.
Kuya Gil, and si yung chef natin, yung nagla-live.
Yeah.
Kuya Dan, yes.
Oh,
Yan,
yeah.
si Kuya Dan, yan.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes. Kuya Dan.
So anything, you guys noticed anything sa site recently? Nakita ko bumalik si Ate Vanji, ha? Sabi ko na-miss natin siya.
Oh, yes, yes.
Lalo
That's
na
very
si
nice.
Kuya Archie, right? Is the one who was singing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Archie Tibor show. Yes.
Yeah. Hello sa inyo. Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back. And then I think pati si Braso, yung nagano ng ube, yung Braso de Mercedes ba yun? Oh gosh, sorry. Ano ko yung name, pero for a while nawala sila and then, bumalik. I'm not sure if si Karen, yung gumagawa ng waffles, I haven't seen her, right?
Oo nga
talagang fully booked, right? So,
Baka. Pero I did see her post. She was looking for a cake. I think she was looking for a cake.
yes, so buyer naman siya, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, kapitbahays, if you noticed our uniform for today. Ooh!
Yeah.
Yeah, model joke.
Actually, yes.
God.
Meron yan sa likod.
Oh,
Yun.
yun.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yes. Sabi ni Amy,
Yes,
nice
nice
t-shirt.
shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yan.
From
Mga kapitbahay, napanood niyo ba si Her Majesty kahapon sa The Get Start First Rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Joey Albert, of course,
Joey
by
Albert.
Vivienne and Sun Stand Steel Productions. That was we really enjoyed our time watching it. I mean, not only because nandun si Tones, of course, at makita ang kanyang wave. Yes.
What was that? What was I thinking?
Nabasik,
Talagang it just happened. Nakakahiya.
nabasik ka ni Joey Albert eh. So,
Anyway.
nakakatuwa.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, folks, we're taking a little bit of a break kasi summer. So, wala muna tayong Kusina Talks, but we will be back. Just check the side. Baka marami kaming mga racket. Our 1-year anniversary is coming. Our 1-year anniversary is coming soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. At hindi natin, sorry, I'm just going over, okay, Madam Tony, going over the, yung mga comments.
Oo
Kasi
nga pala.
kaninang natitipad yung attention ko. Sorry. Ang daming gusto kong meron pang nagtanong para kay Tita Flips and then hindi ko hindi natin naitanong sa guest natin. And also, a shout out to Mang Domings. No, not Mang Domings. My
My
Domings.
Domings. Ano ba yan? My Domings FTP? O
FFP.
Oh,
Tanungin natin, ano ba yung FFP?
FFP. Is that Fernando Fo? Fernando for president.
Oh, grabe. Napunta na ng ano. Tsaka pala, I wanted to mention yung hindi, naipasa na yung bill. Sorry.
Anong bill?
Na bill no? Parang sa restaurant, sa karinderya. Parang yung June, month of June is na officially, I think it's just in the province of Ontario.
Oh.
But June is officially a Philippine Heritage Month. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, nasa na siya. Nakatanggap na siya ng approval. That's my understanding. So, official na siya na Parang, I mean, I think it's important na nare-recognize yung community.
Yeah.
Right? And considering na ang dami din naman nating mga Filipinos dito especially sa Ontario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ontario yata yung pinakamalaking population ng Filipinos. So, sama-sama tayo na maging mas visible pa tayo mapa dun sa mga services, mapa sa food, right? Hopefully, yung food din, maipush natin ng maipush out, right? Para talagang siya sa landscape. But, kasi di ba kapag yung nakikita mo, mas na-expose ka, mas naiintindihan mo, mas gusto mong i-try.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Kapag yung kinakain mo, nakikita mo sa TV or nakikita mo sa screen, parang nandun yung full acceptance and recognition too, right? So, it's nothing na ikakahiya or kahit na may mga critics na ugly sister ng Thai, for example, kagaya ng binanggit ni it is not. Yung balot, you don't get embarrassed eating a balot. Hindi ko kinakain yung sisiw. Pero yung balot, it's a delicacy from back home. It's not something na, babayaran mo pa yung tao para mag-try yung balot.
Yeah.
It is food, period. So,
yeah.
So we want to see more Filipino foods in the mainstream. So that's one of the things na pinupush din ng Pinoy Eats Age.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. So, anything else?
Anything else?
Yes, before we go for our last episode for the season,
For the season.
Diba ganun naman sa mga show?
That's true.
Oo, totoo.
Babalik tayo ng yes. That is so true.
Season finale natin. So, po sa mga buyers, sa mga sellers pala, hindi buyers. Please post po ninyo lahat ng information na kailangan para hindi ko na po kayo mini-message and ginugulo sa mga nyo. Yung price po, location, delivery, pickup options. Kung meron po kayong delivery option, kung minimum order po ba, and kung may delivery fee, yung mga ganon, and pictures, and stuff. And also, po may mga Pinoy Eats sa East is strictly po para sa mga sellers from Bathurst to from Kiel. Sorry pa, from Kiel to East. And then they have to be able to deliver or at least meet up east of Yonge po para sa mga buyers natin.
Well, actually, hindi lang naging official pero you're right. I think yung Bathurst
Sorry.
Yeah. Yung sa Bathurst, inopen na natin yung, di ba dati required yung mga taga Bathurst na mag-deliver from Yonge and eastbound?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We did start accepting yung from Bathurst up to Bathurst lang na hindi na nila kailangan yung delivery option.
Oh, okay.
Napansin ko nga.
Yes.
Hindi lang namin bigla.
Also,
Sorry, also yung method of payment. And I also wanted to acknowledge din po talaga lahat ng members ng PESE, ng Pinoy Eats. Yung mga buyers po, lalo na kasi you keep the sellers going. Sa mga sellers po for feeding everyone. And then of course po sa mga admins and mods natin, thank you so much for helping out. Kasi hindi naman tayo nababayaran. Hindi naman kayo nababayaran. But like, you guys are always there. Thank you talaga so much. I wanted to say that before we go tonight.
Mhm.
So, Zashi, Claire, Irene, Jeans, Kuya Gil, and their partners. Am I missing any? If not. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
happy birthday to our 2 moderators next week.
Oh, yes. Si Tita
Tama rin.
Irene.
And
Na Kuya Gil, the same day.
Whoa!
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Birthday.
and happy anniversary. 10 years.
Happy
Tumagal.
anniversary.
Thank you.
Jeans and Ate D.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. And birthday ni Tony. Sa
Sinong Tony? Me? Tapos na. Birthday ko na naman.
ilang buwan from now.
I-advance
see-
happy birthday na rin natin kila Pam and kila Claire.
Yes, exactly. Actually, yung sa Kusina Talks episode, baka meron tayong di ba? Baka
Pahabol.
pahabol, right?
Surprise yan.
Mga pa-challenge. Sabi dito challenge daw yung mga balot challenge kayo mga admins.
Game ako dyan. Game ako. Game.
In addition dun sa fried chicken challenge.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Bigla akong, if we have time, right?
Yeah.
If we have time, we will do it. But thank you everyone. And agree kagaya ng sinabi ni Joy para mabilis din yung approval ng mga post. Please make sure na nandun yung mga information. Kasi syempre pag submit ninyo, gusto nyo, nag-post na rin yon, right? Lalo na kung meron kayong extra ganito, extra dozen of ganyan and available na pick upin. So para makuha agad. So just please pay attention. And we do not accept yung share lang ng page. By the way,
Yes. Right. And once a day lang po pwedeng i-approve ang post para meron din chance ng ibang sellers.
mhm. Yes, thank you. Meron ang nag-message. Ay, wag na. Sorry.
Okay.
And then, di kasi I think ang nangyari was appreciation yon. I mean, I wasn't sure if it was an appreciation post or, it was a post from a person who was selling something.
Right.
And then, binalik ko, right? And then, sinubmit ulit and it was an appreciation post, right? But I guess this person is really into creating yung mga posters. But they're passionate about yung pag-design. Kahit na appreciation post siya. Like they really put their heart into it, which is really amazing, right?
Mhm.
But then I think this person tried to submit another one in the same day. So I said, it can't be kasi, you have to be fair dun sa ibang sellers. Kung matatabun-tabunan sila,
Yeah.
then, that's not what this is about. So, but thank you very much. I mean, we still value the membership there and the
Right.
appreciation. That's malaking tulong talaga yan. Yes.
Oh, sorry, na-miss kasi Pam kanina sa admins, sa shoutout sa admins and mods. Pretty
And,
So,
and see,
Claire, Pam, Zashi, Irene, Kuya Gil.
Yeah,
Right.
you're good.
yes, yes.
Gina.
Jeans, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And thank you. Thank you sa mga families ng mga admins and moderators.
Yes.
Kasi kumukuha talaga ng time yung Pinoy Eat sa East. This is
Yeah.
like part of our, parang kasama sa pagkain. Or routine. Parang kasama sa ano, hindi mo na ano, pagkagising mo, oh, yung ano ba kami?
Oo, totoo yan. Pagkagising ko, baka may a-approve.
Yeah. And then we're working during the day too. Right?
Yeah,
We have our full-time jobs.
Right,
So,
right.
Kapag may break, we try to, and then, at the end of our shift sa work namin, tutuloy pa rin namin yung pag-review. So, hanggang bago matulog, hanggang bago pumikit, sandali lang, check ko lang, baka may
May
nag-post.
pahabol.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Also nga pala, pati yung view, yung history, yung mga sellers na nag-edit. So, the rules would apply the same way, right? Kasi kung kunwari seller ako and then I posted something in the morning and I decided to edit it, tapos sasubmit ko ulit later today, that would count as one post already. So, right? Right? So we'll have to approve it the next day. Diba?
Yeah. No, I think if it's may mga situation na nag-edit sila kasi parang may additional information sila na maybe they forgot to include sa first post. Or yung title nila gusto nilang maiba. Pero kung yung nag-edit ka na tapos magsasubmit ka pa ng bago, tapos mag-a-appear sila na magkakasunod, right?
Yeah.
Some members do that, unfortunately. Then that's a no. We have to just reject it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Thank
of course, I wanted to say thank you, Ate Joy. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
Her Majesty. Si Tones, siya ang mother, the big sister ng Pinoy Eats sa East. And she really, ang laki-laki ng contribution ni
For sure.
And we wanted to recognize that. So, wala lang tayong trophy or pang-award.
Meron man, thank you kay Tony and kay ate. And also, thank you din pala, sa mga naging guests natin sa KUSINA Talks for sharing
the first season. The first season.
Kasi yung time, and then basta like for me talaga yung mga tao nagsishare ng experience nila and tips and advice when they're super busy rin sa kanilang business and personal lives to contribute an hour. Ang laking tulong nun sa mga nakikinig, mga nanonood, sa mga starters, right? Like, thank you po. Kasi kung wala tayong guest, we could be doing something else, pero it's not as helpful, I'm sure. Thank you.
And we're definitely doing a community service, right?
Yes. From the heart. Yes.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Ate, for all the ideas, for doing the posters that we all share and everything.
Yeah, Ate B.
Yes.
Our CEO.
CEO.
Our Cho. Thank you, Cho.
Pa-advertise lang ng ating uniform para tayong mag-volleyball nito. Ang ganda. Ayan. Inhala, exhala. Inhala, exhala. Ito na nga eh. Large na nga yung sa akin, pero dahil sa Pinoy Eats, kailangan ko yata yun.
Exactly.
Pero, thank you din kay Hannah Medalla. Kasi this is actually from the Philippines, guys.
Yeah, important yan, guys.
Made in the Philippines. So, nakatulong din tayo dun sa business sa Pilipinas. In a way, sa pag-order ng ilan lang. Pero kung sinong interesado po, please let us know. Just direct message us. Anything like dun sa sa mugs, sa bag na nandun yung yes. And sa hat, and dito it's not a business for us. We're not, kung ano yung price, it's whatever price we pay for dun sa pagkuha ng purchase. Because we want to keep, Pinoy Eats sa East yung ganon, community, parang volunteer pa rin, ganon. It's just that makakatulong yung merchandise sa pag-promote ng Pinoy Eats sa East as well. Because we want to be seen more. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mga kapitbahay.
Good night. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great
Until
summer.
next time.
Until
Yes.
next time, see you again.
Sana parang busog.
Sana parati yung busog. Yes.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Joy.
Oh, sorry. Were you gonna say it? Oh, sorry.
No.
Hmm?
Tama na.
Babay na
Over
to
na
muna.
tayo.
Oo.
Sige na.
Tapos mamaya next week nandito na naman. Okay. Bye. Bye mga kapitbahays. See you
Goodbye.
again.